Train list number 2. You say, well, if you know one train list, you know them all, right? Not really. Not really.
It's never the same train list, is there?
Different types of trains do different things. All right. What type of train is this, Ross?
It's a high priority
All right.
manifest.
ALT. I'm not sure where that is, but that's where the train was built, right?
And that's Atlanta.
Origin. GAL, Galesburg, I think.
Illinois.
Section of the train. What's that, Lawrence? Those 2 digits.
The date,
The day
the calendar.
of the month that train was built, right? What's that A there, Tyler?
Couldn't tell you, but if you give me a minute, I might be able to.
I'm patient.
Is it ATL? ALT.
It might not be on there. Some of them aren't.
The train type?
No, that's the type of
That's the
train.
H. Oh. Well then, it is. Schedule identifier.
Mhm.
B route.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's what it is.
What does that mean?
Kind of like what I explained a while ago, kind of the route identifier for that train. All right, so let's get with it. Same thing as before. This is no secret. Profile, what do you see different about this train?
You got a heavy train.
It's even short loop.
I don't know. Yeah, it's fairly heavy.
Well, that's the first.
What else you noticed?
Is it key train?
That's the first thing you should notice. Key train.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoops.
What's key train?
Train consisting of more than 20. Is it 25 or 5 of the same cars?
You're close.
The number or?
It has something to do with how much hazmat you have on the train. Remember we talked about trackside warning detectors? How if you have a hot one on a key train, you don't get a vote. You have to set it out whether it's hot or not. Remember that? And then I kind of told you real vaguely what a key train's all about. You know, if I have, I'm gonna tell you the old way first, really quick. A key train. If I have one car of spent nuclear fuel in my train, that would make my entire train a key train. Okay?
Just one?
One. If I had 5 loads of any poisonous inhalation hazard, that would make my entire train a key train. Okay? And if I had 20 loads of several different chemicals, but I'll just pick flammable gas, right? If I had 20 loads of flammable gas, that could make me a key train. See what I'm saying? Any combination. So, being a key train is not the end of the world. It's not like your rolling time bomb, or it's basically a difference in how the dispatcher handles your train. Okay. Your max speed changes. for a key train. It's just a little bit more of a something you want to keep your eye on situation. Nothing major. You'll get them all the time. Okay. But you need to know it if you're on it, right? That's why they tell you it's a key train. How many tons per operator breaks this train there, Lawrence?
84.3.
84.3. Figured that for us. Hazardous train makeup verified, no exceptions. So we don't have any errors with this train. Uh-oh. Key shipment 20.
Page 6.
They're on item number 8. Or sequence 8. So, key shipment 20. What do you think that means? And I don't expect you to know, but I would love it if somebody guessed it right.
No.
What that means is this car, the chemical in this car, has a chemical that falls under that umbrella of 20 cars, loaded cars of these chemicals that could make it a key train. This is one of the cars that's doing that. You see what I'm saying? This is a key shipment 20. Means that is a type of chemical that would fall under those 20 loads of various chemicals. Okay? Train list number 3. That was fast, wasn't it? I want to make sure I didn't miss something here. No, I missed a little something. Trivia question. What is the first, and you can look at your list if you need to, what is the first hazardous materials car in this train? What sequence number are you looking at? Tyler says 8.
You want like the name of what's in the hat?
No, just what car? Is it sequence 8?
The first one?
The first car you see in that train that's got a hazmat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8, 8. What do you say there, Lawrence? He says 8.
Wait,
Actually,
wait. Yeah, yeah.
You say 1?
number 10.
He said 1 before somebody else did. Did you say 1?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first time I've had a student answer that right in about 7 classes. Okay? Everybody always looks and says, boom, sequence number 8. And you know why they do that? Is because all that obvious hazmat information under there, right? Your eyes just float right to that. But in all actuality, sequence 1 is the first hazmat car in your train. And you say, well, why don't it have all that stuff? It don't need it. Okay? Falls under a miscellaneous class, you know, class 9. Class 9, there's no restrictions. Okay? And also, right here, MP, that's an SCHI code. That stands for no placards required. Because some hazmat shipments do not have to have placards. Okay? So that was very good. And you two called it too, really. But you were like 1/10 of a second behind Brewski. And look here. What's it got in it? Lube oil. That's a hazardous material.
Tyler, you would like that.
Why? Is he a mechanic?
Yeah,
Oh, you are?
a little bit.
He washes his hands in motor oil.
Yeah, that's it.
Mechanics love sleeping.
Why are you so red?
Yeah, look at his face.
It might feel a little hot.
You got some color yesterday.
Now we're on the third train list.
Is that the only place you would find that was number one?
Just by looking at the list, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Lawrence, what kind of train is this? What type is it?
Not zone.
Huh?
It's not a zone.
No. Remember when we went over the train list, the train symbols? Turn to that portion of your book. And they got the train types listed. It's not gonna be in your train list portion, it's gonna be back at the beginning of the book, remember? Like right before the first tab. Or the second tab, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's way before the second time.
Wake
actually.
up.
Huh?
Wake up.
No, you must be looking at car types.
You gotta keep going. That's what I did first, too.
You're still looking at car kinds. I wanna know the train type.
Next.
Keep going,
Next.
keep going.
Yeah, it's way past.
Now, see how it breaks down the symbol for you? Now look at all those letters.
Intermodal train.
And what?
Intermodal train.
Okay, turn, and there's something behind that page too. Next page,
Yeah.
train types.
Priority. UPS.
That's what I wanna hear right there. That's what it is. So a Z train is what he just said. Priority, what'd you say, intermodal UPS?
Yes, sir. Priority UPS. Intermodal.
Okay.
LTL.
So if I ask you about a train symbol, that's where you need to look, okay?
You want this one and not
Yeah,
this one?
right.
They're both the same.
But the Z on the first one doesn't really give you all the,
It does.
It does.
UPS, LTL, guaranteed service, intermodal train.
maybe it's something else I'm thinking about. There's one of them that's kind of mixed up, and I don't remember which one it is. It says basically the same thing, but it doesn't say what the answer on the quiz says. The one on that other page does. It's just slightly different, and then students get confused, like, well, it doesn't actually say exactly all of this, but they turn the page to the one I just told you about, and they do. Okay. Train list 3. Train list from hazard manifest, train count from front to rear. What's this talking about right here?
Constant contact operators.
So that tells you there's intermodal on this train, right?
Yeah, restricted.
For this?
Well, yes, it's,
Mm-mm.
oh, yeah, no.
Remember, you get one of those 3 messages. You're getting one or the other about constant contact side bearings. Now, this message is telling you doesn't contain any intermodal equipment without CCSB, so that means you're good to go. All of them have it. They either all have it or they're all loaded, because it only applies to empty cars, right? All right. Now look at the difference with this. Remember the other horsepower per tons we had? 1.3, right? They give you enough to go from 0 to 60 in 10 seconds with these trains, don't they? All right. You get respect when you drive these trains. So they give you plenty of power. Okay? Now let's dissect this real quick. We talked about hazmat, right? It lists the car first, and then any information about stuff in that car is underneath, correct? Are you having a problem catching up to me?
Yeah, it's
That's secrets too.
because I couldn't find the 3.5 and 3.8.
No, it's on the next
Oh,
page.
it's done.
I skipped a page on
Okay,
your slide.
yeah, it was,
Okay, so now we're into the train list stuff.
Page 8.
So go to the train list. Sequence 2. Let's point some stuff out. This right here, sequence 2, this is the car number, right? That's the car kind code. Remember in your special instructions, when we talked about multi-platform equipment, the car kind codes, there was a QI, QW, remember? And I told you when you hit your list, there will be 3, always. Well, I didn't lie to you, did I? Okay? QW3. To me, that says it's got 3 platforms, 3 wells. Maybe it was QY5. 5. Say. Is it loaded? Yes. What's it carrying? Hazmat. But it's carrying other stuff too. Fresno, California. What's that?
axle
Gross tons.
Gross weight of the car, right? Who shipped it?
JB Hunt.
Everybody knows who JB Hunt is. Where's it going? How many axles does that car have on it?
It has 12.
See how that works? Now, if I asked you what's the cumulative axle count of that car, well, it's 40, right? If I asked you how many axles does that car have? So, 40, just look at the car ahead of it. Subtract. But there's still some other stuff we need to check out here. Let's keep going. Now, you see all these listed, right? But you don't see any sequence numbers. What's that tell you? They're all part of this car. So here's what we have. First of all, we're carrying a hazmat. We know that, right? But we have an SCHI codes, no placards required. So it must be something pretty minute that we're carrying. Now let's go to what's in the car, in the wells. We're going to list each container that we're carrying in this car. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking for my next sequence number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then boom, I come into another sequence number, right? I got 6 containers. But I said we had 3 platforms.
it's double.
I see. Okay, so let's look at how that works. Container. That's the car kind code for the container, right? It's loaded. Okay? Fresno, California. What's that?
That's the first of those ones. Oh. That's the weight of the container.
No.
No?
Here's the difference. When you have containers in your intermodal cars, when you're carrying a container, for the car line, that's gross weight of the cars. And that's all the cars combined. Okay? When you look at the container, this figure underneath the gross weight mark, that's the length of the container. That's going to come back, so you'll need to know that.
Can you say that
Okay.
one more time?
This figure, when it comes to the container, that's the length of the container, not weight.
Okay.
And that's always under the heading of gross weight for the car. Okay, so, because containers come in different lengths. Keep going. Who shipped it? Yep, JB Hunt. It's going to Fresno, California. B1. What's that tell you?
Bottom, first bottom.
It's in the B well, and the 1 means it's on the bottom. Okay, right here. So if I asked you what's the loading position of container JBU 218201, you're going to tell me it's in the B well, it's the bottom container. This 238954, it's in the B well, top container. Got that? So forth and so on. C well, A. Okay? And that's
So,
really,
Do you have like one in E, would be E1, like the bottom of,
if you had 5 containers, absolutely. That's right. So kind of like that. A1, bottom container. E1, ET, okay, so forth and so on. That's CT, right? And notice how all of your intermodal cars are like this. A, B, and then they fill in the center. And it's listed just like that on your train list, look. B, and then A, and then anything in between. Now this only happens to be a 3-pack, so you're only going to have C in there, right? Train list 4. Now this one's going to be a little more involved, okay? Trivia question for Ross. What kind of train is this?
it's a local,
What's that tell you?
it's regularly scheduled, it's gonna
Yeah, I know. But what's that tell you about what kind of work this does?
serve industries, customers directly.
Has a lot of industry work involved. Okay? So what's that tell you about events that are going to happen with this train?
Switch.
Probably a lot of them, right? Okay. So this is definitely not the train that you're going to get on in Kansas City and drive and just step off. You're going to step off, all right, but it's going to be a bunch of times to do work. Just look at the difference in the table of contents for this train as opposed to some of those other ones. All right, this is all the same though, right? Train profile, rule of the week, okay? Work order stuff. It's just a lot more of it under the work order section. Let's look at it though. What kind of industry work do I have? Bless you. All right, you got a work order summary. That's going to break it down to you. Bird's eye view of what we're going to do at each location. Love that work order summary. Okay. Sioux City, work order message, we got to pick up. And I can tell you that's essentially them building your train. Okay. Burbank, South Dakota, what do we got? We got an industry switch request. If I want to find out the information on that, I can go to page 17. I think it's this train list, it might be a little bit different.
It's 17, it's Burbank.
There's something different we're going to find out about your train list and what I show though at some point. Gayville, westbound set out. Yankton, switch request and a pickup. I got 2 work events there. And you can read the rest, right? Supplemental work order, page 28. What do you think that is? You looking at it, Ross? What
Yeah.
is it? What do you think you'd use that for?
Where you set a cart and
Unscheduled work, right? So if you do work that's unscheduled, not on your work orders, that's a place to where you can write it in and fax that in with your paperwork, okay? All right, track data. Track data. That's pretty good too. Burbank, what's the track information I'm looking for here? Okay. East, west, which way do the tracks run? How many tracks are there? You know, that'll give you that information. Okay. Questions on this page? You're going to be knee deep into this, all of these train lists, by the way. All right. Trains made up in blocks. Y'all can see that. What's this right here? Yeah, no.
the soup.
That's the train soup of what?
Beard sleeve. Oh no.
Where you're setting stuff out.
The mitt block.
The Mitchell block, right? Train soup of the Mitchell block. Okay. Train soup of the Beardsley block. Work event summary. Let's turn to that.
Oh, here's
Is it different? There's some part of this that's different than yours.
the- this is-
So if I start talking about stuff that you're not seeing, that's what's happening.
And it's this.
Is it this? Let's look at this. Work event summary. Amory, Gwen, right on down the line.
Oh, yeah.
That's Winfield, Alabama. Jasper, Alabama. We're in Alabama all of a sudden. Okay. But what are we doing? Let's look at it. I got a south pickup at Amory. Okay, 15 cars, 17. Gwen, I got a pull. What's real special about that word right there?
You're taking it.
Customer pays for it.
That's a chargeable event to a customer, right? So you know that's at an industry, just by looking at the word pull. Okay? Pickup, we don't get paid for that. Set out, don't get paid for that. Okay? Pull. Spot, that's another chargeable, right? So these are all the things that you're going to do. This is my favorite part of this train list, right here. You can ask me any general information about any of my work events, and I can get a lot of that information just right here. Okay? So if I say, Ross, how many, what are you setting out? What's the train soup of the set out at Jasper,
This-
Alabama?
Just setting out 7 empties. Not picking up any. It's 211 tons and 360 feet in length.
That's the train soup of the set out at Jasper. Okay? Look at how this is arranged. Just look at the overall picture, and then look, you got 3 columns. Set outs, pickups, and then what's on your train when you are done with those. So if I say, Lawrence, what's my train soup when I get done at Winfield, Alabama?
Blades, so 18,
Speak with confidence now.
8,
8 what?
loads,
8 loads.
and 18
Empties?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What else?
And 1,500 tons,
Uh-huh.
1395 in length.
So is that total train length or is that car length?
That's fine.
Cars only. Okay. So if I wanted to figure out my entire train length, what would I need to do right here?
Add in your locomotives.
Add in your locomotives. Okay. So that means you'd have to turn back to the locomotives to see how long they are. Okay. So anything, you know, that's what I'm talking about. How many cars am I picking up at this place? Well, I'm picking up 2 empties. So you can divide it into 3 categories. Is that simple enough? There's other places on the train list you can figure this out. But this is kind of like one-stop shop for me. The other ones you got to kind of cipher it and figure out what you're doing.
So in a sense, I guess local jobs are the best way to learn how to like read
You
a train list and switch.
yes, that's
for-
that's a very good point you just brought up. Local jobs, industry jobs, or regular yard jobs, switching jobs. Those are the types of jobs to where you get good at railroading. I mean, that you become a good railroader. You see what I'm saying? Not a good employee. I'm talking about a good, knowledgeable railroader. Those are the types of jobs you're going to do that. Okay. You can get on a train and run from Kansas City to wherever for 10 years and never do anything. I didn't like it. I loved to work in the yard, you know, and do stuff like that. So that's, if you have those opportunities and you're that type of person, you know, we're not all the same. Those are good jobs to become a good railroader, good knowledgeable railroader. All right, set outs, pickups, he's not picking up anything there. Train soup after he gets done with his work. If I'm a train master or a manager on the railroad, I could send you a personal message for your train crew. All right, I used to do that all the time, by the way, when I was in Arkansas. I had 480 miles worth of territory, and I had 7 locals spread throughout that 480 miles. So 200 miles away, I had a local job that come on every day. Well, I can't be everywhere every day, right? Over 480 miles. So if there was something I needed them to do, I'd just type them a message and it would hit their work orders. You see what I'm saying? And when they ran their paperwork that morning, boom, there's my message. And this is an example of that. Okay, that's the guy that did it right there. And all he's telling them, if you don't do this car, make sure you let somebody know.
Alright, I have a question kind of relating back to like how you get assigned to local jobs. Like, is it the whole bidding thing? So if you bid for a road train job or just a road job, can they just be like, oh, hey, we have a train for you, it's a local?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you'd have to be in 2 different like pools.
If you had bid in a road job and you got it, that's all you're going to do.
Mhm.
Okay, they can't call you in to work the yard.
Okay,
You never say never.
right.
They're not supposed to call you in to work the yard. Okay. Now let's say all the yard workers get a chip on their shoulder, they get mad and they all lay off one day, right? And don't show up to work. Well, they're going to call people off of what we call an extra board that are on that board to protect those jobs. And if they're out of people on the extra board, they will start calling road terms to fill jobs. Yeah. Now, if you answer your phone,
When you answer your phone.
yeah, if you answer your phone and they say, yeah, Ross, I need you on duty at 10 o'clock to go work that yard job, you can say, I don't think so. Not today. I'm a road guy, right? And let's just say you don't go, and he puts you down for refusing a call. They ain't gonna be able to do much to you because that's not your pool. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, what you are gonna be screwed out of is a trip, because when he puts you down for a refused call, you're no longer available. They can't even call you for your own job. You see what I'm saying? So you might miss out on your own trip. Here's what they normally do. When I was on the road job, if they called me to work the yard job, I'd go in a heartbeat. Why? I go work the yard job and go right back home in 8 hours, as opposed to being away from home for a day and a half, right? I'd go work the yard job. I'd get my pay for the yard job, right?
Which is probably,
Well, the normal pay for a yard conductor then was about $195, roughly. Okay, so I make my $195 that day. Meanwhile, my turn on my board, it's about the turn, it's not about me. My turn number got called on duty for the road train, right? So they put an extra board guy in my spot because I'm working over here. My turn went to Kansas City and back, right? Well, because I worked this job, I wasn't on my job. So what I get to do is claim the difference in pay. You see what I'm saying? So I get my 195 over here, and I get with Joe Spunky when he gets back. I say, "You worked my turn, right?" Yeah, I worked your turn. I said, what would you make on that trip?" "Oh, I made $680. I said, "Okay." So I fill out a claim saying, 680 minus what I made, I'm claiming this much lost earnings. You see what I'm saying? Because I worked a job for you guys that you needed me for, and I lost money because I did. They paid him like clockwork.
and that's okay to fill out, right?
Oh, okay. You better fill it
It's
out.
needed, right? You're
Yeah.
screwing yourself.
Exactly. No, the company don't mind if you don't fill it out. They sure don't mind.
That's just, yeah.
Yeah.
For them.
But listen to this. I worked my job on the yard job. I got paid. I went home in 8 hours. Meanwhile, my turn was out of town, right? There was no way they could call me for any job until my turn got back in town. You see what I'm saying? And came back around. So I worked the yard job. I wind up getting like 3 days off. And when my turn gets back, I get to claim all his money.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's ways to treat yourself right on the railroad. You know?
Oh, like this.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
How do you find out if someone took your job?
Oh, you can see all that on the computer.
How do you, well, will it have their number or something,
It
or,
has their name.
so, like, how would you get a hold of them then if?
Well, you know everybody. You see them. You know, you see them from time to time. We all know one another.
Doesn't that take a few years in the company though? Won't we all be on extra board at the beginning?
Yeah, well, also, another way to do it, if you want to be technical, you can put the claim in. You know who worked your job, right? And you can say, "I'm claiming earnings for my job. Conductor such and such worked my job. He was called on duty at this time," and because you can see all that. You can see who worked it, what time the train was called for. You just jot that down on a piece of paper. And then when you make your claim, "I'm claiming money for this job, and Conductor John worked it." right? Now, if you don't know John, you might not know exactly what he made, which that's fine, because the railroad knows. You see what I'm saying? So
It'll
that's
all-
another way to do it.
It'll be known
Yeah, yeah,
before you even know.
right.
Got the technology, right?
Okay, what time did you depart? What date was it? Sequence. If I, remember, here's your sequence numbers, right? If I set out cars en route, I could use some of this space over here to resequence my train. All right, train soup. Remember, 30 loads, 57 empties, tonnage, foot. Burbank, South Dakota, industry work. Now let's look at this. What is my work at South Dakota, Burbank? What am I doing?
Pulling.
I got a pool, right? And it's at what industry?
Oh,
Right there, right?
Immoral.
I can't read it
I
either.
get
South Dakota.
But that's where it is. That's the industry. Where's the, what car number am I getting?
Number
The-
7.
No, what car number?
You're getting the BNSF 51 27 18
Okay, that's the car number I'm getting. Is it loaded or empty?
empty.
31 tons?
Yes, sir.
Where am I gonna find this car when I get there?
Sequence 7.
What track?
1.
Okay, everybody see that? Right here, current location of the car. It's in Burbank, all right? Remember, zone, track, spot, 6-digit number, right? Zone, track, spot. Zone is the place where the car is, Burbank. So that's 62. 01 is track 1. And the sequence is 7, 07, right here.
Yeah, but if it's track 1, would that be like, well, sequence, would that be spot? Or no, that's a.
No, it might be the 7th car in the track.
Oh,
See, it could be sequence number or spot.
okay.
But see, that's, maybe it's the 7th car in the track.
And there's 10 cars there,
Could be,
right? Okay.
all right? And I don't care, really. If I go up to get this car and I go to track 1 and I say, okay, this is supposed to be the 7th car in the track. What if you go there and it's just it's the 2nd car? Who cares, right? It don't matter. Just get the car. Okay, you know the car number, right? That's why I say about this zone, track, and spot. It's about what you can reasonably expect when you get to a location looking for a car. If I go to track 1, I should be able to find this car. I don't care if it's physically in sequence 7 or not. If it is, that's fine, Maybe it's in sequence 2. Who cares? Just get the car.
So if it's on like track 3 and it's supposed to be on 1, then you make a comment?
Yeah, and you put it right here. Where did you get it from? You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't in track 1, where did you get it from? This is important for you to fill out too, by the way. The exact date and time that you pulled the car. You need to write that in because when you fax your work orders in, customer service needs to see this. Remember, if it was over, like a 12-hour period for demerge and all that, that's how their time stops, is when you pulled the car. Okay, so you need to keep track of those times. Okay, what if you didn't pull the car? Maybe the track was locked, right? Maybe they had the switch locked. for some reason, and everybody's gone for the day. You think they get charged for that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there's, really nothing special to put in the comments. You just put whatever comments you need to put in there.
So it basically saves your rear end if.
Yeah, well, it's not, yeah, it's the rear end thing, but it's also just communicating what was done, All right, here's a pickup. Where are we picking the car up from? What track? Okay, sequence number 3, right? What kind of car is it?
DNSF.
No, that's the car initials and number. What kind of car?
G06.
And you already know I don't care about the 06, right? What kind?
Gondola.
It's a gondola, right? G. Where are you going to look to find that? Unless you're going to memorize every one of these codes, you need to go back to the front part of your book, to the car kinds, right? To that legend. But there are a lot of them. You can just look at it and tell. Gayville. Uh-oh. Set out. We got to set a car out. Where do they want the car? When I set this car out, where do they want it?
Track 2.
Yep. Track 2, sequence 1.
Everybody see that?
Nope.
Show Tyler Lawrence if they need it.
65.
Oh,
Track 2. Spot 1.
Destination, right? You see it, Lawrence?
Yes, sir.
Okay, destination. That's where the car is going. That's where they want you to put it. So, remember, zone 65, that's Gayville. Track 2, sequence 1.
A way to remember that section, like a box, a track, like a single line, and then a spot is like circle. Like section off that number.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you went to track 2. You tried to set it in there. That track was full. No more cars in that track, right? Well, I had to set it to track 3. They don't care. Just tell them where you put it, okay?
Oh, so that's like, you normally, do you fill that out even though it, like those 3 spaces, like if you did set it?
No, you don't need to mess with that. Just, you need to communicate it if you put it somewhere other
Okay,
than this.
so if it's like 65, 04, 3.
Right.
then you
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly. If you leave this blank, they're just gonna assume that's where you put it, right there. Supplemental work order, remember, you didn't have a work order to move that car from track to track. But you said, sure, buddy, I'll do it anyway, because that's my job. That's where you write it in, right there.
Can I just give you one of these sheets every time, just in
No, it's
case?
gonna be a part of your train list. It's in that train list too, right? Yeah, it will be in your train list every time you get a train list. And if you need to use it, use it. Probably 99% of the time, you'll never touch it. All right, but it is what it is. Got a car from here, and I put it over here, so forth and so on. I got a car from track 1, and I set it over here to our track 7, and I set it to track 2. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Or I got a car from track 7, and I put it on my train and left with it. So whatever you did, just tell them. There's no set way that you gotta do that, okay? So, lot of little intricate information in the train list. Any questions?